Hello and welcome to the Traci Reed YouTube hop for Oh What Fun, the Christmas collection. I am so excited to show you this collection. I love completing my December daily album, and you'll see I'm doing some foundation pages and other pages for that. But for the YouTube hop, I'm going to be doing a 12 by 12 layout on a piece of white cardstock. I've got some of the 6x4 cards which I printed out, which I'm going to use to back my photos. These are the 12 by 12 papers. I've just printed out what I'm going to need to use. So I've just cropped it in Silhouette Studio and just printed out the amount I'm going to use, so that saves paper. I've got a load of the embellishments, including the pudding, as I'm talking about the pudding. And then I've printed out from the alphas. There are 4 different alphas, and I love this Santa one, so I've printed it out 3 times. I'm going to stack it to make a thick like a thicker. I haven't taken it off the mat yet, but there we go. When I show you taking it off the mat, so I'm leaving it on there until I'm ready to stick it all together to pile it up. So I shall go on to make this layout in just a moment. Just to say again, this is the Traci Reed YouTube hop. All the participants are in the box below, so please make sure you go over and have a look and see what they're all doing. And Oh What Fun can be bought from Traci's website, and it's in the Black Friday sale, so do make sure you try and get it this weekend if you want something absolutely smashing to create your Christmas layouts with. So here we go. So having stacked all the letters and glued them down, as you can see there is a bit of depth to them now, I then decided that on the white bit I'd use some Nouveau Glimmer paste, and this is in Moonstone, just to go over the white bit to give it a bit of sparkle, because after all it is Christmas, and if you can't use sparkle at Christmas time, when can you? So now I've got my letters ready, I can make the rest of the layout. So what I'm going to do is tear the one edge of each of these strips of paper and then stack them one on top of the other. This is a great way to use different patterns in a collection, so you can show the pattern off but not make it dominate the page. I really like the way that all of these go together. So I've got the red dot, then the stripe, then the multicoloured dot, and then the holly one. Of course, I planned this and then I couldn't remember which way around I was going to do them all, but I got there in the end. So sticking those down. As I'm recording this, it's not quite the end of November, but I'm in full Christmas creating mode now. I went to a craft away weekend with Kitty Boo Kits last weekend, and nearly everything we were doing there was Christmas related, which was lovely. And I had a class that I taught, which was a shaker album for December daily. That was fun, and we did lots of lovely layouts as well, and a lovely wreath, which I really like my wreath, so that's already up in my craft room, but that's my first decoration up. We are going to be decorating this weekend. Okay, so back to the layout. Just wanted to stick down that edge. So that's all the pattern paper I'm using on here, apart from backing the photos. Now Traci always does her 6x4 cards in the 2 I can't think of the word, layouts. So if you've got like you can see with this wood grain, you've got it vertically and you've got it horizontally. But as I was just using it as a small border around the photos, it didn't matter that I was using the way it runs differently on each of these. That just sounds like gibberish to me, but I hope you get what I mean. So just backing those with the wood grain, because you can see the wood of our furniture in the background. And having done that, I then fiddled and faffed around trying to decide where to put them on the layout, because I was getting some trapped white space. There you can see, and then I put it underneath and I still get the trapped white space, and then I suddenly thought about putting them almost next to each other, so it was only a small space which I can then cover with an embellishment. And here I'm showing you the sparkly bit on the alphas. So I'd laid everything down where I want it, and I'm going to stick it all down. I ummed and ahed about putting that string of lights on, and I don't go with it in the end. I've saved those for another layout. So this is one of the little journaling cards I've just stuck down, and it has got flowers in the bottom left hand corner, which are lovely, but I actually cover them up with the pudding because I wanted to have 3 puddings on my layout. We make our own Christmas pudding every year. We made it a couple of weeks ago to a recipe which I've used for years and years. My husband, actually my daughter makes the pudding now, But my husband and I always go over to her annex when she's made the pudding, and we all have a stir and make a wish before we boil it. And we do the same with the Christmas cake as well. So it's one of our traditions, which is good fun. So this was the Christmas pudding, not last year but the year before. If you're not familiar with what a lot of people do in the UK with their Christmas pudding, is once you've tipped it out, steamed it for 8 hours, it then goes onto a plate and you pour brandy over it and then set fire to the brandy. And my husband, from when the children were very little, would, as the pudding was aflame, would go, "Oh, the pudding's on fire, the pudding's on fire." And then quite often the holly that we've put in the top to decorate it, then go, "Oh no, the holly's on fire." So it's a big tradition in the family, and even though the kids are now adults, he still has to do it, and I expect the grandchildren as they get older will want grandpa to do the same thing. So it was one thing I really wanted to get recorded. So although the photo is from a couple of years ago, I don't think I'd actually recorded this, so this can go back into my chronological album. Didn't make you watch me stick all those letters down because that did take a little while, but I was really chuffed with how those looked, having built them up into sort of like thickers. So sticking down the last bits of the embellishments there and putting some up on foam pads to give a bit of dimension. This is from the journaling pack, I think, feeling so festive, that's right. So then I just did a little bit of journaling about how it's become a family tradition for Hugh to yell the puddings on fire. So there we are, journaling all done, everything's stuck down. I decided to grab the glimmer paste again and just dot that around on the layout, almost a bit like Nouveau drops, but just to give a bit more sparkle to the layout. It looks really pretty when it's completely dry, which you won't see on the video, but trust me, it does look really lovely. So I just dotted that around in little smidgings, and then grabbed some, what did I grab? Sequins, red sequins, and added those just to do a bit more. Oh no, they're not sequins at all, I tell a lie. They're red gems, which I bought recently, just a big pack of red gems. So I've got those and just dotting those around the layout. And as I was lifting things up, I realised that actually this leaf I hadn't stuck down properly, so I had to add a bit of glue to that and stick it down. So yes, just some of the red gems all over the layout. And then to finish off, a few gold splatters. I used a chunky brush to start with to make some big splots, and then you'll see that I go in with a finer brush to do some finer splatters. Do like me a bit of splatters on my layout. So here we go with a smaller brush and adding those just to finish off the layout. There we go. So that's my layout all finished. I really enjoyed doing this and loved making those alphas. I'm going to make some more of those, I think. And as you saw, I added some of the glitter paste on there, which hasn't dried yet, but I think that's going to look really nice and shiny. Thank you for joining in and coming along with us on this YouTube hop. As I say, all the people are listed down below who are taking part. Oh What Fun is on offer this weekend. I'm not quite sure as I'm recording this how much off it's going to be, but there's going to be a good discount on it for the Black Friday sale. So if you fancy a lovely collection for Christmas, pop over to Traci's blog and go and grab it for yourself. The link to Traci's blog is also in the description box below. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber already, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe. Okay, thanks for now, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.